Yes. What are you saying to me? Big Dog back again. Arsenal, top of the league. Beat West Ham 2-0 at home. What a performance. Strong, solid performance from the boys. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. West Ham were playing dirty. Like I see a trend going on right now where teams are coming up against Arsenal and what they want to do, they want to bash into us. We saw it at Newcastle. They want to foul us, they want to drag us down, they want to kick us. And this game was no different. Diop on Saka kept bumping, or Diouf kept bumping into him, kept tripping him, kept pushing him. We're seeing the centre backs against Gokares pushing him, tussling him with him. And you know what? Fair play to Gokares. He just keeps on battling, keeps on going. It's difficult because I feel like the team doesn't set up to supply him. I feel like with the competition in the team, everyone's trying to prove their position, prove their spot, trying to make things happen for themselves, but also make things happen across the board for the team. But what I have noticed with Gokares is that he keeps on working, keeps on battling, and keeps on occupying defenders. Keeps on occupying defenders, which allows the rest of the team to work around him and do whatever else they need to do. Let's get into the game. West Ham tried to sit in, tried to make it difficult. We had a few chances. Calafiori hit the post. Saka had a goal ruled out for offside, but we just kept on plugging away, and eventually Declan Rice got the opening goal in the 38th minute to make it 1-0. And then you could see it kind of relaxed. Then, we go into the break, 1-0 up, and then come back into the second half and just kept plugging away. One thing I love about us at the minute, it's like, even when teams try to do the low block now, and everyone says Arsenal can't play against a low block, but what I feel now, what we are doing now is when we do have a low block, we're speeding the play up, playing a lot quicker, playing a lot faster, dragging them left, right, and centre. Trossard, I must say, is having a very good season. He's obviously saw that he could have got kicked out in the transfer window, and is stepping up, and he's playing well. All dues playing well, starting games. Arteta went a lot more offensive. I know it's funny. I mentioned it in the week to my boy about the possibility of playing Eze and Odegaard together. I more thought with Zubimendi, he went with Declan Rice today, because when we got Vieira in, I felt like we got Vieira in to play in midfield with two kind of attack-minded, creative midfielders, similar to how Arteta saw or was a part of with City when he was at City and was a coach at City. You saw City had Rodri and they had Kevin De Bruyne, but they also played Bernard Silva. But then you also had David Silva, and they were very box-to-box creative midfielders. Do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, you got Kevin De Bruyne there, but then he also had another midfielder that could get up and down the pitch, but was also creative, jinxy, and I felt like that's what Arteta tried to do when he got in Vieira, to have him as that second midfielder where you have two creative midfielders with a solid DM in party at the time that can control the midfield, pull the strings, and it didn't really work out. Vieira didn't really turn out to be that guy. Was a bit lightweight. We went in a different direction. You had like a Jacker kind of an 8 role and we kind of got Declan Rice in and we started. But you could see that in this game, and especially off the starting lineup, that's what he was going for. He was going for more creativity on the pitch and was going to look to bot West Ham off the park, and it worked. Obviously, Odegaard had to come off injured. Hopefully, that's not too serious. But what I like about it is that we are looking very more offensive. We are looking very more attack-minded. We are looking very more to be on the front foot and not just surviving games. I feel like we have an opportunity and we have a squad here to take it to teams. Teams like West Ham in the past where it's been a boring game and they win nick it 1-0 like they did last year with Jared Bowen. They nicked it at home against us. We was at home and they nicked it 1-0 against us. And you can see we weren't going to let that happen. And we nullified everything. At no point in the game could I say I saw where West Ham created a threat. They were, even though they looked a lot more solid in defence and tried to batten up the hatches and sit in deep and try to do that counter. We just win it back. We just win it, and we just, you know what I love about it? We're just getting stuck in. We're getting a foot in. You got the likes of Timber, who's having a fantastic season, just getting his foot in. He don't anything coming down his side, you're not having it. And then the support comes and we nick it back and it's scrappy, but we don't mind that. And that's what I love about us right now. We don't mind getting down and dirty. We don't mind the scraps. We don't mind it. Especially at Newcastle, where Newcastle was trying to knock us about, bully us about. It was like, yeah, come on, let's have it. We'll have it. And that's what I love. Like, these teams are now realizing, well, we can't like go down that route with Arsenal because they're up for it. They're up for the bully boy thing. They're up for the fight. They're up for it. So you got to come out and play football against us. And it took West Ham to they were 2-0 down and chasing the game to then create one of their first chances, which was from a corner, and they headed it over the bar late on in the game. That was like in the 90th minute. Up until then, there was no threat. And I feel this team has what it takes to win the league. I've said it and I'm going to say it again. I know everyone likes to be modest about it, but I feel like we have a strong opportunity to win the league. We've probably got one of the strongest squads in the Premier League right now in terms of variety in positions and being able to swap players out and have like for like. It's not, there are no weaknesses on the bench. Even when you bring in the likes of Ranieri and you bring in Miles Lewis-Skelly today, you don't see a difference or a drop in quality. We're still strong. He brought Martinelli off the bench, had a few chances, had a chance to roll it across the box to Gyökeres, and it was quite off with the accuracy. I think if Eze was in that position or someone else with just that little bit more quality, a Declan Rice, he gets across it. And he also had a chance. Declan Rice squared it across to him and he was just yards off it. I feel like Gyökeres is going to come good. And I feel like he just has to keep on plugging away. And the goals will come. I feel like once defenders, once they play him once against him once, they like the first game when they play against him, it's very, we got to lock this down. They know the threat. They know, they see he's a big guy. He's happy to get in there and he's doing whatever, getting his foot stuck in and whatnot. But it will come. It will come for Gyökeres. He just has to keep on staying strong, keep playing firm, and keep on doing what he needs to do. And it will definitely come. But yeah, what a result today. Top of the league. Only for the moment, if anything. Hopefully Chelsea can do a job. They have no Cole Palmer this week. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, I'm happy with the result. What more can you do? Clean sheet, rare, hardly anything to do. There was a few moments, couple handballs, things not given. The penalty was definitely a penalty. Saka stepped up and took it. I was expecting Gyökeres to take it for my Sun Dream team, but he didn't. But it's a good thing I put Saka in, so we're laughing. Win-win. And we roll on to the next game, which our run of games right now, I wouldn't say are an easy run, but these are the games that gave us problems last season. Your Crystal Palaces, I think we got Brentford. I think Liverpool got Brentford, but we got 3 home derbies. I think we played West Ham now, so I think we got Palace, and then I'm not sure. I'd have to look, but we've got a few runs of games where before you look at these fixtures and think they're wins for Arsenal, but they would give us problems. These are the games that we need to win. These are the games that we need to get the results and have a run of form going into the harder games, where we're going to come up against a top 6 team, or we're going to come up against a Tottenham, or we're going to come up against a Chelsea. And these teams, these are the runs of games that we need to build the momentum, keep winning and keep moving forward. So, because we've got Sunderland in a few weeks. We've got obviously the international break now, so the team's going to have to reset. Hopefully, that'll give time for Odegaard to get back on his feet. But even with Odegaard going down, you're not worried because there are reinforcements ready to come off the bench, ready to do something. There we've got it. We've got Eze now. Even Madueke's gone, but Saka's back. We've got Martinelli, who looks like he's finding form. We've got Trossard, who looks like he's in form. The only place where we just need to get my man in form is Gyökeres, but it will come. It's his first season. It takes time. It's hard for players to hit the road running in the Premier League because the league is so different in comparison to everything else. You've seen it with Wirtz at Liverpool, like having a hard time, even though he's having opportunities and the media are getting onto him. He's had a few, but it's hard. It's hard. So yeah, we just got to keep plugging away, keep doing what we're doing. But at the moment, I'm actually happy with what I'm seeing. I can't lie. I'm happy, and I feel like this is something about it just feels different. something about this season just feels different. It just feels like the players are buying into what Arteta is trying to do. They're up for it. I know a lot of people are saying, can they go again after finishing second 3 times in a row? Have they got what it takes to go again, keep going? And they have. They're showing it now. I feel like even with the new arrivals, it's giving competition in the team where everyone's showing that they have to step up because they want to stay and be a part of this. William Saliba extending his contract at the club. That says a lot about what we've got going on right now. And he even said himself, yeah, some people Barcelona, some people Madrid, but me, and I like to hear that. He wants to win something here. And then even if he can bring something home, he may continue to stay. And big up to Gabriel. Listen, right now, Gabriel, I don't know if I got to speak about it or made an episode about the game of the week, but Gabriel, I think I spoke about it last week about Gabriel, but he's probably one of our best defenders, if not the best defender. I think William Saliba is excellent, but Gabriel is just one-man club, been here for a minute. I say one-man club, but he's been here through the hard times. He's been here through the Unai Emery regime and the ups and downs, and he's got from strength to strength and to now where he is probably one of the best defenders in the world right now. And people can argue that, put that in the comments, say what you want to say, but he is showing that he is up there with the best. So yeah, roll on to the next game, international break now. I don't really feel like there's any more to add. Positive performance from the lads, and it just shows you that the mentality of this team is different now. They want it. You can see they want it, and you can see they're not trying to drop points. They're not trying to drop points. We just came through a hard run of games where people writ us off to get points out of that, and only losing one game out the first 6 shows you how well we did to come through that. Even with all the criticism and the defensive play and all of this, we've got through that. Now we're in a period where we can really let the handbrake off and take it to these teams and send a message to the league that we're not going to be played with. So it's an exciting time for an Arsenal fan. I hope my Gooners are getting behind the team. Don't want to hear no negativity like I'm seeing on certain platforms where people are talking shit and saying all this stuff. And even when we win, they got something negative to say. You know what I'm saying? Keep plugging away, keep doing what we're doing. And hopefully this is our year. You done know. Tell me what you think about the game. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think, how we played. Your man of the match. My man of the match this game says, I'm going to go with Declan Rice. Scored the goal. Solid performance yet again. Up and down the pitch. Doing what it takes. Yeah. Big up yourselves. Big Doug signing up.